What's going on, my beautiful people? What's happening? What's happening? And welcome back to the My Life, My Legacy, How to Leave $1 Million Inheritance for Your Family, a Favorite Charity. Yeah, we used to be the six-figure inheritance, but now we're the $1 million inheritance, doggone it. So actually dream a little bit bigger. So welcome. So this masterclass is sponsored by Cindy's List Inheritance Protection. So definitely go out to their website and visit those guys at www.cindysListLLC.com. CINDYSLISTLLC.com. Appreciate those guys for their generosity. So welcome to Module 5. We're going to preface it again. If you are scared of wealth, or if you are intimidated by prosperity, then maybe this isn't the class for you. However, if you feel like I do, and that, just because you wasn't born with a silver spoon, don't mean your family can't eat off of, silver plates, right? So if you see in our logo, there's fork and spoon, man, we gotta eat, man. Our kids gotta eat. You know what I mean? Well, we didn't have those silver spoons. Well, guess what? Our kids got silver plates, doggone it. You know what I mean? Or your favorite chair. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to leave it to. You know what I mean? So if you remember from Module 3, the six-figure inheritance part 2, we talked about some of the well-known wealthy families of America. And we compared that to our own names and how we would leave our legacy, right? Then we talked about why would you even have an inheritance? You know what I mean? So the main reason being that, you want to take care of your family, or you want something to go to the charity, make sure the charity is straight, your kids are straight, your family is straight. So make sure they can eat. So, and then we started talking about, looking at insurance as more of an investment, because it really is. Like I said, it is the only business in the history of the United States to pay dividends every year for 100 plus years. So, insurance is an investment. So we talked about, and Franklin had his stuff in order. You know what I mean? So again, this is a $1 million inheritance masterclass. So we're gonna put millionaire. I like millionaire. That's what we're gonna use, right? All right. So module 1, the four-figure inheritance. We talked about your EFP, your emergency funeral plan, and how to put the funeral home on retainer. We talked about how to get those out-of-pocket extras free with zero out-of-pocket costs for your family in Module 2. We then went into how to pay off your debts tax-free in Module Module 3, Part 1. And then Module 4, Part 2, we showed you how you could actually leave a legacy. I mean, because if you think about it, right? So walking you through this method, let's just talk it through. So, number 1, you done already paid off your funeral, with your emergency funeral plan. You're going to pay that off in a year, and it's paid off for the rest of your life. For $1,000, less than that, I'm just, just rounding, right? Just for round numbers, all doable numbers now, mind you, but $4,000, emergency funeral plan is in place. If anything was to happen, bam, you good. And that's with a direct cremation or a direct burial, right? But then if you want the extras, the flowers, all that good stuff, then we throw a burial policy on top of that, right? So you can pay that one off. Now we get you another little bitty one. You know what I mean? Like a $15,000 whole life policy or something. That'll just take care of the casket and the funeral plot and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So now your funeral's good. You straight. You know what I mean? Your whole funeral paid for. And then, let's say you got a house, a car, you want to leave it to your kids, but you don't want them to have to pay for it, or You know, maybe you want them to go to college if something would have happened to you before they go to college. You know what I mean? So anything. You know what I mean? Maybe your favorite charity. Maybe you want to make sure that, you know, you've been supporting them for 10 years or something, and they are dependent on your donation every year. Maybe you want to leave them a nice little change, a piece of change or something. And so, you know, leaving that legacy, paying off your debt. Um, yeah, man. Insurance is very powerful, very, very powerful. So if we continue, I was about to, you know, just thinking about it, man. My bad, but it's amazing, man, what you can do with it, man. But like I said, your funeral home paid off, your funeral is completely taken care of, casket, everything. You done paid off all your debts. You know what I mean? You ain't got no credit card debt. The house paid for, car paid for. Got a little money put to the side. Maybe go to college or go to a trade school. Or, you know what I mean? That'd be all right for, or even just enough to pay for the rent for the next 3 to 5 years, maybe. You know what I mean? You don't even have to get a big one to pay off your debt if you don't want to pay it off. And then leave it on legacy. So your debt's paid off, your funeral's paid off. The only thing left is to leave them an inheritance. You know what I mean? Just whatever you want to leave them. I mean, if it's a small amount or a large amount, but that's you have that opportunity to do it. And then here in this module, we'll get into how do you transfer that to your family easily and legally. And then we'll throw some a bonus in there for you guys. Stay to the end. Check out that bonus. We'll actually show you some simple steps that you can do today to actually get started for free. So let's get to it. The $1 Million Inheritance Masterclass. You know what I mean? So in order to transfer wealth to the next generation, there are some key documents that have to be in place. Now, these key documents are essentially telling the world what you want. What are your desires? Now, this is not all of them. This is not an all-exhaustive list. There are several that are not listed on here. For example, the life insurance trust. So you can actually create a life insurance trust or a trust account. I mean, a trust, however you want to refer to it as, but you create a trust and you set that trust up to pay for your life insurance policies. But how do you fund that trust? Well, you make a donation to that trust. I think the max is like $15,000 for this year or something. So, but you make a donation to that trust, and that trust makes your life insurance payments for you, so that when you die, the trust is essentially the beneficiary of your benefits, and you know your family got to worry about it. Probate. They got to worry about no creditors. They ain't got to tell nobody if they don't, you know what I mean? So that's how you end up with trust fund babies, right? There are, yeah, it's a bunch of them, man. There's an UPREIT, a real estate investment trust. There's a down REIT. Doggone, you know what I mean? It is the largest transfer of wealth happening in the country right now. You know what I mean? And it's an opportunity for those, you know, strategically poised to be a part of that shift. So, but let's get into it. All right, so your last will and testament, right? Then you have your living will, your power of attorney, your general power of attorney, your pet guardian trust, your digital agent, as well as your funeral planning checklist, which is going to include a few other documents as well. So having all of these documents in place will definitely save your family a lot of headache, and will actually shorten, if any, the probate length of time that you'll be spending in probate, if any. Yeah, I mean, because you really should, I mean, but anyway, I mean, we're just going to discuss these few here that we have listed here, and just talk about, you know, some of the key differences between each one. So your last will and testament. So who's gonna get your stuff? You know what I mean? You want Ray Ray to get your tools? You want Uncle Bobby to get your? I don't know. You know what I mean? But who's gonna get your stuff? But one of the most important things about the last will and testament is who's actually gonna take care of your kids. So that's who you actually set. You know, who's the godmama? You know, when you say you got a godmama or a goddaddy, well, you would specify this in your last will and testament. Such and such will take care of my minor children if something were to happen to me. And then you appoint an executor who's going to make sure that your will is carried out and actually upholds and make sure that it's, you know, what you wanted. Yeah, right? So you're living will. So if you were to get sick, you know what I mean, and there was an 80% chance that you were going to die, or 99% chance, but you still had that 1% chance that you would live, would you want your family to pull the plug? Or would you try to would you want to stay holding on for dear life with that 1% chance that you may make it out of recovery? What if you're a vegetable? What if you can't think for yourself? So who's going to be responsible for making your healthcare decisions? Who's going to pull that plug? You know what I mean? So definitely, you know, something you want to think about. Also, your durable power of attorney. So you can specify different people that handle different things. So, you know, who's going to handle those? Who's going to make decisions for you if you can? So who's going to be able to pay an X bill for you, or who's going to be able to take care of your real estate business endeavors, or you know what I mean? So you can give separate people separate powers. You don't have to give them all power, but if you want to, of course, you can. Make sure it's somebody that you trust. But you can divvy it up. You know what I mean? I want such and such to have the power to do this. I want such and such to have the power to do that. So you can definitely specify who gets what power. And then your general power of attorney. So if you were to become disabled and you can't be present to actually sign your paperwork, who's going to be able to sign your name for you? Essentially is what it is. So who's going to be able to sign on your behalf so that what you want is actually able to happen? You know what I mean? You're disabled, or you know what I mean? You're terminally ill. You know, you can't sign anything right now. Who has that power to sign on your behalf? So it's your general power of attorney. Your pet guardian. So who's gonna feed the goldfish? What about that mean old dog that don't nobody like? But you know what I mean? Who's gonna take care of that dog? Who wanna take care of that dog? You know what I mean? Or a little dog that jump up on everybody every time you see him, or peeing on your leg or something. Who gonna wash that dog? You know what I mean? So that's something you want to think about. It's something that you want to talk to your family and friends about. You know, are you willing to watch my dog? Are you willing to be that person that pulls the plug? Are you willing, you know, to handle my real estate affairs? You know what I mean? Whoever you're setting up in these different positions, make sure it's somebody you trust. Make sure that they're going to do, you know, what it is that you want, that you specified in all of your estate planning documents. But also make sure that they want the job. You know what I mean? Make sure that they actually want to do it. So definitely, but do appoint somebody though, especially if you love your pets like I do. You know? And then who's going to take care of your Facebook? So who do you want to be in charge of them DMs you be getting? You know what I mean? So, you know, who's going to be in charge of, you know, your social media? Do you have any websites, or, you know, if you haven't created a business, or how, you know what I mean? So who's going to be in charge of your digital assets? Because they are assets. This masterclass that we're creating now is a digital asset for the My Life, My Legacy brand, as well as the Cindy's List Inheritance brand. So it's an asset. So who's going to be in charge of your digital assets, or your crazy pictures that you got? You know what I mean? So, and again, make sure they want their job, right? And then your funeral planning checklist. So your funeral planning checklist is essentially going to be your body disposition form. Do you want to be buried, cremated, turned into a tree, shot into space, turned into a ruby, whatever it is? You know what I mean? So you actually specify that. If you don't do it in your will, which you can also in your will as well, but this one specifically is to set aside for that. All right. So the body disposition form. What did you want your body to happen? What do you want to happen to your body? And then who's going to make sure that that happens to your body, to your remains, to your flesh? You know what I mean? So and then make sure they want the job, man, in case you're going to do. So, but once you specify, how you want to go, you want to be there, such and such is going to be responsible for taking care of the funeral and talking to Cindy's List funeral concierge, to save 20 to 40% on funeral costs. But having that funeral plan in place, who don't you want at your funeral? So, that's just one thing to think about, because we're all going to die, right? And again, this is your life. You know what I mean? It's your legacy. I'm working on my life and my legacy, me and God. So, but it's up to you whether or not you want to leave your family something. If you want to leave that $1 million inheritance for your family, like I do. Actually, I want to leave $1 billion inheritance for mine. But it's up to you. I mean, if you don't want your kids to have nothing, you don't want your kids to have nothing. Okay? So if you don't want your favorite charity to have nothing, you don't want them to have nothing. I mean, it's completely up to you. But, also keep in mind what are some of the things they're going to need if something were to happen to them. It's really about your family. It's about your favorite charity. You're gone. You know what I mean? You're dead. You know what I mean? How is it now that you're able to leave a legacy so that they're not more devastated than they have to be, right? Because you're gone. And they're still able to, live their lives. And so what do you want to leave behind? So today's case study is you. You know what I mean? How many kids you got? How old are you? You know what I mean? You got any health issues? You got insurance already? You know what I mean? Do you smoke? You know what I mean? What do you think you're going to die of? Because you're going to die, right? You know what I mean? What do you think you're going to die of? So just some of the things that you want to think about. So, do you have your EFP in place, your emergency funeral plan? Do you have a small life insurance policy that can take care of your burial expenses? Do you have a term policy to take care of your debts and credit card and pay off the house and whatever it is that you want to take care of for your family, send your kids to college? Do you have any of that in place? Are you having some health issues now that may, or you think may make it difficult to find insurance? We actually specialize in finding those hard to place folks with some coverage through Cindy's List Inheritance Protection. So, it's completely up to you, again, but we highly recommend that you get something. I mean, your emergency funeral plan, if you can pay it off in 6 months, or you can pay it off in 10 years, or 5 years, 3 years, completely up to you. But once it's paid off, it's paid off. You know what I mean? A small policy to take care of your funeral expenses, those extras, you're looking at $15, $20 a month. You know what I mean? You probably won't even miss it. You'll probably spend $15, $20 on Starbucks coffee or something, right? And that's for one cup, doggone it. So, but yeah, so the term policy to pay off your debts. If you don't have a whole lot of debt, you don't need a whole lot of policy. You know what I mean? So you can get a $100,000 policy for $10 or something. You know what I mean? Or another 20. Let's just say another 20. You know what I mean? So you have $40 in funeral paid off, funeral paid for, debts paid for, house paid off for $40 a month. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? So, and now you throw another one on there to leave a legacy for your family. Now they got 50, 60, 100,000 that they got coming to them tax free. You know what I mean? Tax free, Uncle Sam can't touch it. You know what I mean? And so, what do you want your legacy to be? I mean, it's your life, it's your legacy, just like it's my life and it's my legacy. So, if you want to create millionaires, then you definitely want to do it. The younger, the better. So, definitely. All right, and here's a special bonus, y'all. I told y'all stay to the end. I was gonna give y'all a special bonus, how you can do it all yourself. You know what I mean? And the drummer, so bam. All right, so this is your opportunity to complete your estate planning documents. So the documents we just discussed, your living will, your digital assets, your pets, no charge. No charge whatsoever. By all means, go in, have fun, have at it. But really think about it though. Like you can use these, you can use these documents for real. You know what I mean? Print them out, get them notarized. You good. You know what I mean? So through a strategic partnership, of course, we're able to offer this to you guys free of charge, just like through our partnership with Cindy's List Inheritance Protection. We were able to offer this masterclass free of charge, the $1 million masterclass, millionaire masterclass. Yeah, that's it, the millionaire masterclass, HEIR. Yeah. But, what I mean, through their generosity, though, we're actually able to educate the community and talk about the different things and have those conversations that we're not having and, making it okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to talk about that because we all gonna die. You know what I mean? Like we all gonna die. So why not prepare for it? So we prepare for a wedding. We spend months on preparing for a wedding. We spend weeks or days preparing to buy a house, or years to preparing to buy a house. We spend all this time and energy, but we're not preparing for everything, for the very thing that is guaranteed to happen. So, and that's that. So I hope you guys, found value in this. Definitely write down this link so that you have it. So I'll leave it up for a little bit long, but hope y'all found value in this and hope I was able to bring some information to you that maybe you didn't know. Maybe it's something that, may have touched your heart and you want to see about getting right. I don't know. So, but I hope it brought something to your life by allowing me to be in your space. I definitely appreciate it. Like running my mouth, and I especially love running my mouth about stuff, this type of information for our community that can literally build generational wealth for our families. So, and that's what it's about, leaving something for our kids. So if you are wanting to get your EFP or, a bit for those funeral cost extras, maybe you just want to pay off the house for a few years or pay the rent for the next few years for them, maybe it's 50, whatever it is, we are here and we are more and willing to and able to assist you guys. So give us a call at the office, 724-624-9297. You can call me on my cell at 832-443-6123. Don't forget to follow us on social media. The Six Figure Inheritance and the Six Figure Inheritance Masterclass group. Actually, I'm going to go and change that to Millionaire Masterclass group. So, but, these modules are available at sixfiguremasterclass.com. Go ahead and register if you haven't already, and you will get instant access to this masterclass. So thank you all for being with us tonight. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And if you could do something about it, I would love you anyway, doggone it. This is your life. This is your legacy. How many millionaires are you creating? All right. Yeah, I'll take it easy, man.